Live.
Hey,
You are
everybody.
live.
Let's see who's in here.
Maybe one or two people.
Well, there
I see
is.
Marty's Visuals Digging with Marty has just
Hey,
joined
Marty,
us. And
how are
Amethyst,
you?
welcome. Good morning.
Amethyst, good morning.
Yes, hope everyone's wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
We are.
We are, yeah.
Melissa's. Hey, Marty, how are you? What's going on?
Yeah, that's me. Here, let me get rid of this.
Gosh. Woo! That drives someone nuts.
Let me get rid of that echo there. All right, that ought to be a lot better now. Yes.
So how are you guys doing this morning?
Yep, we're going to get started. We're going to talk about today or this morning, we're going to talk about ruining finds and maybe breaking or ruining something we have found while digging or whatever.
And how to avoid
to avoid that. So if you have any stories, we're going to be posting the link throughout the next 2 hours. And you come up and tell your story. So, hey, Tripwire with Straight Up Metal Detecting, Venture Dunlow, welcome.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, we're just hanging out here this morning. Lisa P. We're going to be talking about some things. We got a couple of people in the back room right now waiting to come up. And
well, there's Marlon. How are you, Marlon? Bringing over a Meyer raid. Thank you so much. Thanks. And Swamp Rat.
Swamp Rat Nation, welcome.
Yeah, Swamp Rat. Someone else is good at breaking things too. We'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah. We're going to talk about or possibly even just losing a find that you had.
Marlon, from what I'm understanding, Finding Goodies 2 went on at 9 o'clock their time versus Eastern Standard Time.
There was a mix-up with the time scheduling there.
Javier Garcia, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Yep, good to see everyone showing up this morning. I know stream's been going on now for what?
Bean is in the house. Let's get the party started.
Heck yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Bean. And guys, we know, listen, each and every one of you, and I'll probably say this 25 times over the next 2 hours. I know it's late in the morning, so we don't expect you guys to stay up with us the whole 2 hours. But if you do, we appreciate it so much. But do not, in any way, shape, or form, feel obligated because we understand.
Well, watch now. Everyone will just leave. Say, well, you said it. We're out of here. I'm going to bed. No, we appreciate you all showing up.
Really I even put my teeth in. I usually have them out this time of the night.
Don't listen to her.
No.
She loves to spin yarns.
Yeah, they're real.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Lauren. Welcome, Lauren O'Reilly.
Well, shall we go ahead and bring that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring our guests up, and then I'm going to jump into my mail call. I just have 2 pieces of mail that I need to talk about, and then we're going to
turn it over to everybody else.
Yeah. Our first guest.
Mayhem. Thanks for joining us.
Mayhem Prospecting. Okay, let me get this thing working here. Our first guest is going to be none other than the famous
Park Rat Pat.
Good evening or morning or whatever it is here.
Whatever, it don't matter.
It still feels like evening because I haven't gone to sleep yet.
Well, we did. We had to get us a nap in. So a couple of the channels out there that we missed your all's live streams, we apologize. It was not on purpose, but we were going live at 2 o'clock.
I needed my beauty rest, guys. So
we had to get it. It just happens. Sleep happens.
Yeah. And the man from Bristol.
And now we're going to bring up the man from Bristol, Jeffrey Brewer.
My name is Jeff. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight, Jeff?
I am doing good, Brother Pat. How about yourself, brother?
Oh, I am top of the world.
Cheers, everybody.
Car's running like a top. I got no problems.
Did you get another car?
No. I just got the work done on this one I needed to. And
okay.
No clanging and banging, no rattles, no rubbing, no grinding. It's whisper quiet. I'm happy with that.
That's good, brother. That's good.
That'll get me on my next big adventure. So,
which is coming soon.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get together with Rob and of course his special guest General Dighole
That's
and
right.
Charlie from Digging It Back, and we will all be in northern Florida doing some detectivating.
That is great.
From there, I'm gonna go see Jeff. We are gonna do some prospecting and some metal
Mark
detecting.
Thomas.
Yeah, we're gonna get some gold.
Get together with Charlie and Jericho and whoever else is coming along for the ride, and go to Thermal City, and it's just going to be a great little adventure. So I'll
Now
be on
you're
the
all
road for
going
a couple of weeks.
to Thermal City, like on the weekend or through the week, or
I think we're planning on hitting it Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday. I'm not sure how everyone's got that worked out. But if we can get a cabin there, great. If not, I'll sleep in my car. I don't care. You know?
That's what I did last time.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm
That
bringing
is
an electric
Titus.
heater and a cord. I'm good.
hey, Titus. How's things over there in Japan? What time is it on
Hey,
your neck of the woods?
small town to worldwide.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got just a couple of mail calls
I
that
was
I
zoning
need to
out
do.
there for a minute.
Yeah, it got quiet.
Yeah.
My first mail is from Jamie over at Country Diggers, and she was getting rid of some of her finds where she's been digging in the dump. And so she had all that stuff laid out on a table and was asking people what they wanted. And so I got the little treasure chest that she had right there.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And then she had a poker chip laying there. So it's just blank. So I grabbed that too. And she said, this is Jamie from Country Diggers. Hope you all are doing well. And I hope you enjoy your new treasure box. In case you all missed it, I did a short video on it when I found it. In case
straight
you all
up.
want to watch it. Also, hope you enjoy your poker chip. I'm sure you'll put your channel name on it like some people do. Hope you all enjoy and wish you all the best of Jamie Country Diggers. And thanks, Jamie. And then our other mail call goes out to Roberta over at Diggin', and she sent us some stickers. There's one of them, and it is right there on the sticker board back there. And she just says, thank you for supporting my channel. Please stay tuned for our 1K subscriber giveaway sometime this spring. Okay, so you all go over to Diggin', and that's Digging, and subscribe to them. Get in on their 1,000 giveaway, and let's get them there. So anyone out there watching, and if you're all not familiar with Diggin', go over and check them out. I know that's not going to focus in, right?
There you go.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, it's Diggun. Sorry about that. My bad.
I thought you were just spelling it the country way.
Oh,
The mountain lingo.
Yeah.
It's 2:00 in the morning. You got to give me a break here.
Yeah.
That'd be spelling diggicated.
So yeah, that does my mail call. So yeah.
We've got
Awesome.
14 in the house now. There is Belinda
There's-
Hughes and Kent Valley Diggers.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping
Hey,
How
Darcy.
by.
are you all this morning? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I tell you what we're going to be talking about, and we might even change the subject later on.
I'm
but
sure that we will.
yeah, is breaking fines and ruining our fines that we find sometimes,
And not doing it on purpose.
and not doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because in a video that Clark's Cove Detecting has coming up here in a few weeks, I break this old tag as I'm filming it. And so you're going to get to see that breakage on it. And it has the number 20 on it. So I guess it's either an old miner's tag or it's an old tool tag, because we were working in an old home site at the time. And that just broke. I mean, I've only found a couple of these old tags since we've been metal detecting. And, when you're sitting there cleaning something that you've only found a couple of and it breaks in your hand, Yeah, especially when you're filming it. And so I'm leaving that in the video for everyone to see as a lesson learned on how to handle your fines. And then
now, before you get into the next one, I'm going to do a little add on to the one that was broken. I have to remind Robert, sometimes his touch is stronger than he thinks it is.
Well,
and so I can see him out there cleaning.
It is very thin and very brittle. I mean, it is.
It is. It's very thin. I'm
Very
surprised
thin.
it broke just like that in complete half. But he says, I know I was handling it gently. I said, listen, you are a man and you are very strong.
Well, it's on film, so when they see the video,
AZ Mort, how are you? Thanks for
they
joining
can
us.
come up with their own conclusion
Yeah.
on whether I was handling it rough or not.
But now the next story, well, we're both to blame on this
The
one.
next story is this little bitty button, and it has a train on it. And the story behind that little button is we were doing the one-hole dig for Reed's Art of Adventures back last year. He just put a challenge out: walk out in your front yard, find your first signal, and dig it and film it. Well, mine was this little button. I found it right out.
You can't hardly see the train anymore.
Right outside the laundry room. And then I lost it and couldn't find it. We looked 3 days for that button through this house. We went through garbage cans.
3 long days.
And the last garbage can I looked in out in the shop, which is right next to the laundry room, what was left of it was in the lint in that garbage can.
When I cleaned out the lint screen and threw the ball of lint in the garbage, that button was in it.
So it had went through the washer, the dryer, and then into the garbage. And it was a beautiful button because it was all completely intact. And now it's just like, all you can just, the trains on it, and that's it. It's just
I am not one to check pockets before I do laundry.
More likely me. I put it in my pocket and forgot.
Robert has put it in his pocket, meaning to take it from the house to the shop, and of course then his shorts got washed and
short brain got washed.
And what if I had put that bag of garbage in the main garbage and took it out?
We'd have never found it.
He would have never found the remnants of that button. So word to the wise, don't put fines in your pockets and let your wife wash them, and be very gentle.
I know it happens to all of us.
Clarks, I have a question.
Yeah.
On that railroad button, when you say train, does it show like the caboose and a bunch of cars, or just the train engine and the coal car?
It's just the train engine and the coal car.
I found one exactly like that. I would love to compare them sometimes because mine's in decent condition, put up in the safe. But I would love to compare that because I was always interested about that button that I found.
That video is on my channel. You just have to go back and look for Reed's Art of Adventures one hole challenge. That was back last year sometime. I can't remember exactly when, Jeff, but you see a perfect picture of it in that video. I mean, I did a good job on showing it in that video. So yeah.
Well, good. I'll have to compare the two because I have something very similar, if not the exact same, from what you're describing, and it would be cool to know that there was a maid out there for it.
Yeah.
Was that near a railroad or somebody's place that could have worked for the railroad?
Well, let's see.
It would have been the people that lived here before her mom and dad.
Yeah, we moved here, me and my mom and dad, in 81. And the family that had been living there moved here in the 70s. And then the family previous to that were railroaders.
Okay, that would make sense because the place I found mine was a home site from somebody that worked the railroad.
Uh-huh.
And the house has been gone. The only thing standing there is the chimneys, and that's on the way to the beautiful falls.
Kelly Digger says, thought I threw a Vicky fish scale in the wood stove with some tissue, but it was hiding in my desk. the marble did end up there, but was fine as I let it cool slowly in there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and now as for coins, I have ruined a few coins by putting them in the tumbler with and they just swipe it.
Yeah.
Nothing on the coin, just take every detail off the coin that was on there. Then I found out, I heard someone say if you've got a coin and you want to tumble it, to put sand in your tumbler and then just tumble it for a couple of hours in that sand because it's not as abrasive. But I don't know about that.
Here's Bean. If it makes you happy, Robert.
I'm sorry.
She say, if it makes you happy, Robert, I rubbed out a largie. Like, we're not telling those kind of stories yet, Bean.
I read that.
You know she did that on purpose.
Yes, she
You
did.
gotta love her sense of humor.
She's got a grand one.
Lauren, those old number railroad nails were stuff my dad collected. From since I was big enough to remember, anytime we'd ever go on vacation, my dad worked for the railroad and my mom did. We was a railroad family. And anytime we'd go on vacation, if he found, and we were driving by an old set of railroad tracks, it was stop. He had his hammer. He's out walking the railroad tracks, and we would sit in the car sometime for 2 or 3 hours while he's walking railroad tracks looking for those old nails. And I still have a half a coffee can full of them that I haven't went through. I give Pat several for his Advent giveaway.
Hey, Dorsets.
I took a couple
Thanks
to
for joining
Jeff.
us.
I just recently sent a couple to Rob over at Florida Thunder Digging because he loves the railroad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And did Lauren, did you get one? Did she win in
If she won a prize pack, then she got one, and I'm pretty sure she won a
Lauren,
prize
if you
pack.
didn't and you want one of them nails, or if you would like a few more, hey, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to send you a handful of them.
Now,
When I was
you
in the Cove,
researched those nails, what the dates? How did the dates work on that? 1700s?
A lot of them could be 17, mainly 18. I think they quit using them nails sometime in the 1900s. But if you have one like with a 47 on it, that's going to be 1847 more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Pat. I did not mean to talk over
no.
you. I apologize.
When I was at the Cove, the first time Robert pulled out that can of those nails, I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Yes, he was like,
I was like, it was like seeing that first bit of gold. I was like, oh, do you know what you have here? He's like, a bunch of nails my dad dug up. I'm like, what? It's like,
I know. I was talking to his wife, Nita, and I could see into the shop, and I saw the look on Pat's face, and I thought, what in the world is under that table that's making him act like that?
But yeah, Lauren, if you would like some more of them nails, just let us know. Our email is going along on the ticker tape there. Just email us, and which we probably have her address. Just let me know.
We have her address, yes.
I'll send you a few. Okay. Don't bother, because I have no one to leave them to, and I have no plans to do anything with them. So if I can give them to someone and it makes them smile, then
yeah, that's better than saying use these to make my coffin.
Now it's shut.
Well, now wait a minute. Black plastic bags don't require nails.
Just roll me up in a carpet and toss me off the bridge.
Hey, Robert, me and you both have got to see Pat's O face.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Okay, Lauren, I'll get you a few, and
We'll try to make sure they have different dates on
yeah,
them.
I'll have to. Like I said, I still got over half a coffee can full of them.
Paul with American Woodland Relics got to send him a couple.
Yeah, because he's sending me. He's been making these little miniature lightsabers.
Oh, that's
out
cool.
of-
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
out of old ink pens. So he's made one and sent them to me. So yeah, I have to send him something out.
That's
Yeah.
cool stuff.
But back to your
Oh yeah, back to our subject. Okay, Pat, tell us something about you've probably ruined or broke or a fine.
Too many things, too many times. Probably one of the most heartbreaking for me was these things, man. The inserts from the jars. It's like
Yeah.
every time I found one, it was broken, and it was like took me forever to find a whole one. I've only found 3 that weren't broken, and the rest of them have been in shambles. The first one though was heartbreaking for me because I didn't even know it was there. I got a great signal, and I'm going down through the roots, and it's getting pretty tight. I'm in a wooded area there, and I just want to hack through and get this because I can barely feel it with my fingers sticking it under the roots, and it's like I'm just gonna hack this root away, and I start hacking with my shovel, and I'm like bang, and I'm poking that hole like. And I can't get through the roots or nothing, so I come up under the other way. And you put a lot of time and energy to get something you don't know what it is. And as I was trying to widen up the hole, boom, I stuck in my digger again, and I heard, and I was like, oh, I knew it was glass, right? It was. I started moving everything away, and there was that first piece of white glass, and the next piece of white glass, and I was like, son of a, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled out all the pieces, and I was like, and it wouldn't have mattered what was under the root at that point. It could have been a barber, and I'm still going to be like, you idiot, stupid. What are you like that? That was a heartbreaker for me on not doing things the right way. Just getting too impulsive, and now instead of stabbing at that hole like a sailor on his first 4 and leave, I take my time and open things up gently, right? Because I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, those lids on our detectors, mine, they usually come up right around a 75, 76, 77. And yeah, I've broke, because, in our area, they're more popular to find.
Oh
the
my gosh,
inserts.
we have
We've got a
found
video coming out. In 2 hunts, we found over 20 of them whole.
20. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, but I've broke my fair share of them. There we go. Yeah.
Kent Valley Digger says those milk glass inserts are nice. Yes, look at Jeff's. Look at that metal. Oh my
you
gosh.
find them in the whole lid. Oh, it's nice.
It says most come from bulb jars, I believe. Yeah. I have found Atlas, Mason, and Ball on the embossing on the metal. So I don't know if ball jars are makers of Atlas and Mason. I'm not sure, but I've seen those 3 names. Yeah. And you had a jar of marbles there. Is that right, Jeff?
It's a ball jar.
Yeah.
The ball.
Now, have you found those marbles?
Most of them, yes.
Sweet.
Some of them I inherited from my father, but most of them, I've done a lot of excavating. I can spot a marble in the bucket on an excavator while I'm sitting in the seat and jump out and go grab it. I look for marbles, fine, shiny stuff, anything that comes through my dirt. As I dump it out, I'm watching, we dig around a lot of old home sites. So, yeah, you find a lot of marbles because everybody played marbles around here. There wasn't nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ezra. He liked my analogy.
My mom and dad collected marbles, so I have bowls of them. So I got I have the what's that thing over there? The iron.
Yeah, that word.
Come on.
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven full of marbles. Oven. And then over here in the floor, I have a big glass bowl full of marbles, and then I have jars of them sitting around.
He's always losing his marbles.
Yeah,
always.
And then he finds them buried in the dirt out in the woods.
Yeah.
That's his Home Alone burglar trap.
Speaking of marbles, I just recently found a couple, but a couple I found, like one side. They look like they've been cut perfectly, just a little, but they've been broke, and you can see the little circles. I guess where they've been. I never played marbles when I was a kid, and I guess it's they break in marbles when they flip them. And,
yeah, because this is considered your Aggie. This was the big marble that you flipped in and hit the other marbles. Yeah.
Yeah, and it would break other marbles.
This was my dad's Aggie.
Oh, wow.
Dude.
How precious that is to you.
That's a Bennington.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
It's a very rare one, but
yes.
These are even more rare. These are the Indian clay marbles.
Yeah, okay. I have a few of them here, there. Yeah.
I think Robert found one of those. Did you find a clay marble in the chinking of the old house?
Yeah, down there under the steps. That's the one your dad took.
Yeah.
I showed it to her dad, and he just took it. Son, yep, I have it now, but yeah, he took it.
I found both those surface fine, like 5 feet from each other, in an old home site back in the good place. I'm not releasing no more information than that. In the good place. But I guess you need to know my biggest find that I've destroyed.
Yes, absolutely.
Or which ones of the few that I've destroyed. I guess my worst fault is not not doing the final cleanup on most of my stuff. You know, I like it rusty. I don't want to do electrolysis on some of my iron fines, like some of my 1700s fines. I just like them rusty. I'd rather see them that way than try to destroy them, because just for the simple fact I have destroyed a few coins trying to clean them up, you know, just to identify them.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, when you first start detecting, you just want to find stuff. You don't learn what to do with it after you find it a lot of the times. But I learned real quick that I needed to know everything there was, cleanup to electrolysis to, the big thing about detecting, yeah, you find stuff, but you got to learn how to keep it intact and not get overzealous like me and Pat do sometimes and chop through our finds.
Yes. It's like it's all I can do. It's all I can do not to take a hard edge and pry this compact open.
Dude,
but I can't pull it with my fingers, and if I can't do it by hand, I'm not doing it.
No, I wouldn't force it. And
I come to find out, before me and Melissa started making videos and doing our YouTube channel, I had finds, and then come to find out later on that some of them finds I threw away were good finds, like the old Schrader valve stems. I can remember throwing the nuts and the stems away, just thinking they were just a valve stem to maybe a truck or something, not even knowing that they're old.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
I had only ever seen people digging the caps. So when I dug the valve stem itself, I had no idea what it was. I thought it was a funky bolt that had smaller threading at the top. And I threw it in my scrap bag. And someone pointed out in the video and said what it was. And I pulled it out and brushed it off. And I was like, ah! Because, I had no idea.
It happens. It does. Guys, we've got the link up.
If anyone else wants to come up and chat,
join
talk
us.
about your channel,
we've got room for 3 more.
Yeah.
Tell us a story about something you've destroyed.
Yes.
Don't be shy, please.
No sense us being the only ones getting laughed at.
I think Swamp Rat said he kind of had done something to an old perfume bottle.
Yeah, come up
and tell your story and your experience.
Yeah, I've got a little story about JP from JP Lawns and More this past week. They were in town, and the Treasure Vixens, we all did a little metal detecting trip over where me and Pat did our last trip. And JP ended up finding a marble out of the same hole that he had a target on. So just a cool marble find by metal detectors.
That's so exciting to find marbles. Robert's found more than I have.
Yeah.
Hey, Frederick.
Hey, Fraser, come on.
I've got a cough, guys. Sorry.
That's okay. Me too, Melissa.
It's self-induced.
Early
I've
morning.
been suffering from laryngitis for the last week, and
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
I'm finally over it. But the problem with laryngitis and with the Parkinson's disease that I have is I aspirate a lot, and with the laryngitis, it's making my aspiration worse. So I keep coughing. So
Oh,
it sucks,
yeah.
but yeah, probably my worst distraction. Perfume bottle. And I know it was intact when I started digging for it because I found the whole thing. The little nozzle that was on the top was still in it. And that had a metal lip around it. And that was what I was actually hitting on. The bottle, it appears to be really decorative, but unfortunately, being a new detectorist, I wasn't paying attention. I jammed that shovel straight down, and as soon as it hit the ground, I was like, crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just hit something. And I probably should have just filled the hole in and walked away, and I wouldn't have felt so bad. But no, I continued to dig it up, and then I realized what I lost, and I was like, But on the good count, right after I did that, I ended up finding a weedy about a foot away. The perfume bottle was just a white, about this tall. And Pat's familiar with the area. I was right in the entrance, probably about 10 feet from where Pat found his weedy while he was out there. So I hit a weedy, and I pull weedy up. I go to fill the hole in.
Inkwell.
And that was sitting in it.
Oh, nice.
Nice cobalt blue one. The only bad thing about it, the house fire actually destroyed that side.
oh, I see the indention there. Yeah.
Yep.
And it gives it character.
It's got some heat damage to it, but I'm not looking to sell it, so it doesn't matter. It's cool little find. I've got a whole since Pat came out there with me. He had made a comment. We didn't find any glass when I was out there.
And there's so much of it.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I want to real quickly thank Metal Detecting UK with Metal Detectives of Dorset for coming this evening. Yep. We have been connected to them now for a long time. And Simon and Adrian, I don't know which one of you it is, if both, but thank you for coming and stopping in this morning. Yes. They're over in the UK, of course. Awesome. And he's saying I put a fork through a huge Victorian blue poison bottle when he was younger. Ouch.
That would suck.
And also, we have got Team Clambake Bean with us in the house.
Hey, Bean.
Thanks for joining us, Bean. And I'm glad you got your mail.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart.
When I send something like that, you always think, oh gosh, what's going to happen to it? Hopefully it gets there,
Hopefully they don't let this one get sniffed by the dogs.
Well, it wasn't that
good. No.
There's one of my only marbles from out there.
Ooh.
Here, hold on.
Just a minute, we'll make you big.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yes.
I love
that
one.
That's the best one. And then I found these two out there too.
I don't know what ones they consider. They have different names for different marbles. That's what I have no knowledge on whatsoever.
I'm learning slowly. That's one of the things with me. When I find a find, first thing I do is I hit the books and I start studying it. And hey, that looks almost like the one I had.
I know, that's why I just pulled it out.
Yeah.
See, I've seen some people find the white ones that they'll call onion skin, and they're white and they have a little bit of a texture to them. But other than that,
we know nothing about marbles. Except I know there used to be clay marbles.
I like to find them.
I know nothing about the history on clay marbles, when they came around, who did what. I know nothing about them because Swamp Rat, Robert and I, we will research to an extent, but not like we should to learn and educate ourselves. So if you have some insight on clay marbles, please share that.
Haven't found enough marbles to actually do that. If you want to ask me about ammunition and shotgun shell head stamps,
yeah,
man, that's not even a question. I got a box behind me that's
Now
full.
I just found a shotgun head stamp. It's a UMC number 16 new club, but right above the UMC, just barely faintly, I can see a faint Remington above it.
Yep, that's after 1911. With the new club, you're looking at 1914 to 1927. The reason that the date is easy to remember on those, 1911, UMC stands for Union Metallic Cartridge Company, and Union Metallic Cartridge Company actually purchased Remington Arms in 1911. Remington Arms went bankrupt, and most people don't realize that. What happened was when Union Metallic Cartridge Company bought them, they realized that the Remington Arms name was more recognizable than the Union Metallic Cartridge Company, particularly for the firearms themselves. So they started dual branding. And the same thing happened with Peters in, I think, 1916, I think. Union Metallic Cartridge Company then purchased Peters. Most of the Peters shotgun shell head stamps that you find are actually manufactured by UMC in Remington.
okay, cool.
That's been my, because the area that I'm hunting in has been used as a hunting area with guns, not with metal detectors, for so long. There's a plethora of shells out there. My oldest one is 1890, which everybody told me there isn't even history on that property to 1890. So that tells me they're wrong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know we found several of the UMC here around the house.
Uh-huh.
Anytime you get out here and hunt, you usually find a shotgun head stamp of some sort around here.
Hey, Swampy, I see that Lauren O'Reilly is asking, what years are the Peters?
Peters range, depends on which one it is. The Peters can range anywhere from about 1906 up till 1964. So, Peters has a huge range, but you got to remember the Peters is only the company name. You've got to look at what the size is and what the model for that shell is. Most of the Peters I find are either HVs, high velocities, or Victors. And those range in the 20s and 30s.
And just like anything else, if you don't clean them gently, you can break them. They are very
yes, that has been our topic of conversation, is cleaning fines and
those
being
little
gentle.
edges, trying to clean the dirt out of that cup. Oh, you'll ruin it every time.
A lot of the times I won't do it.
Yeah,
I'll shake them, and then I've got this is one of my most used tools when I'm cleaning out shotgun shell head stamps, because particularly if it's one I'm not familiar with, this is what I use to clean them with.
Safety pin.
yeah.
Yep. I use the tip of the safety pin.
Oh, yeah.
And I do it.
Those come in handy for lots of things.
Yes, they do.
I do that really, really slow. There's some of them. I've got a lot of duplicates. I've got a whole wall. I think I've got, how many do I have now? 10, 20. I have 25 of them up there for you, Pat.
Mark the Berg. Welcome.
hanging on the wall.
Brother.
There we go. Mark the Berg Hunter up front and center.
Yeah, he needs to come up on screen.
Yep, I'll have to put the link back up for it.
Bean.
But
Oh,
there
she's
she
gone.
is. So tell us.
Which Bean is everybody in
is
chat? Bean will be going on
after
at
us.
4 at Team Clam Bake.
So
So be sure and join
if you
her.
if you have to staple your eyelids to your
Yes.
forehead, we're going to stay up for Team Clam Bake.
Or use some good duct tape. That works wonders. Put it on the wrists or on the ankles. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you said that out loud.
I think I got some Sharpies here. I think I'm just gonna draw eyes on my glasses.
Hey, there is a movie where this dude has his eye
Yeah.
tattoos on his eyelids to make him look like his eyes are open. I've been threatening to do that. But Bean, we know that you guys are going on here. Well, shoot.
They still got a
You
while.
still got an hour and 20 minutes or so. And we don't want you to give up anything you're going to talk about in your live stream. But what's going on with you?
Uh,
Yeah, I understand.
You must have a story about something you've broken.
Yeah.
well, I can't remember if I broke anything other than rubbing out that largie. I was just like, I can't make it out. And then I was like, I gave it to you. He goes, what the? It's like, you're taking too everything off of it. Oops, sorry. Actually, hubby wants to go to the beach after our live stream. I'm like, have fun with that. And normally I'm like okay, but yeah, no, not today. Plus it's freezing out there. You can only do like low tide anyways because the sand is like trying to dig through concrete. I learned the hard way when I went to kick a clam. I was like, yeah, no, don't do that. It's like kicking a curb.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the 24 hours of live stream.
Yes.
You say cheers, we say charts.
Yep. Thank you, everyone that has joined us. We've got 13 in the house right now, and it is 2:42 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I am pleased as punch with all 13 of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and I apologize for all the ones that I missed in between when I had my first sleep.
Yeah, we did the same thing, Bean. We laid down after Nancy
Yeah, and ended up missing Jersey
and
Ray.
missed Jersey
Yeah.
Ray and Ohio River.
history.
Finding goodies. So we sort of,
I have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's like I said. If people show up, great. If they don't, we're just gonna still chug on like somebody is watching, and they can always rewatch it or something.
Well, Mark, maybe it's a good idea that you don't come up if you are naked right now.
Yeah.
Must
Yeah,
wear
no
pants.
handstand. No handstand.
Yeah.
Talk into the microphone.
Yeah, the part of him that talks is always naked. Just show that.
It's going to be like 70 here today. We're going to go detecting over here next to the house where I cleared out the field some.
We'll leave you some targets, Pat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to hit me some tot lots. I hadn't hit tot lots until this week, so I had a good time hitting tot lots this week.
Parks and Recs won't let us hit tot lots around here. They don't want you digging in the front of the park, only the backside.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. But
Most
the
of our
backside's
parks
where
are
everything
communities.
is at.
Yeah, that's where all the burnouts hang out.
Yep.
That's like
That's
Oh,
where I
you
found
did,
that
man.
nice infantry Civil War button.
Do you all guys, hey Bean, do you
Thanks,
ever
Thomas.
find a lot of drug paraphernalia, syringes, stuff like that where you all hunt?
not a lot. I mean, I'm sure you could find some just walking down the street. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. I don't think I think maybe one syringe, but me being the always give somebody the benefit of the doubt, I'm like, could have been a fucking diabetic, you know.
Yeah. There you go, Bean. Yes.
I know.
Either way, I ain't picking it up.
We have found a few. I usually take my digger and pick it up and take it to the garbage can
Right.
and do that.
I try to kind of like make a little divot with my foot and try to put it, that's not really getting rid of it, but at least it's out of sight, out of mind.
That's called setting a booby trap.
This is true. Yeah, I shouldn't do that.
When it's on the top, people can see it. If
Who's
you
the
bury
next
it,
metal
it's
detector that
weaponized.
picks up the needle, right? Fucking duh. Sorry. But this puppy right here, hubby found metal detecting by a lake. If you guys don't know, it's a glass piece.
We're
yeah,
making you big.
There.
Okay, now.
Sorry, I'm
Oh,
on my
wow.
iPad. Okay, so it's pretty. He found that sitting on a rock.
Oh.
I wish you would have found the stash with it, but
I like your shirt.
thank you. One of the homemaders.
That's awesome.
If I get your mail, you should be getting mine tomorrow, I would think.
I'll let you know as soon as we do, Bean.
Swamp Rat,
Yeah,
you ever find a lot of drug paraphernalia, needles, anything like that?
Not really. The area that I'm searching in, its history is too old. I mean, there really hasn't been people walking around out there since like the 60s. There's no road going in. The trail is barely there. You got to know where you're going to get to where I go.
Mm-hmm.
Kep Valley Diggers.
I'm not seeing your.
I think you find more
You
discarded balloons than.
There we go.
Paraphernalia.
Okay, welcome.
Hey, Kep Valley Diggers, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Kep Valley.
He's froze.
Or is he just staring at us?
He must be having technical difficulties.
He's holding still really well.
Yeah.
Kep Valley, if you're still in chat, we know you're there. Just keep it trying.
See, I can't see the chat, just so everybody knows. So hello to everybody.
You ever find drug paraphernalia, needles?
No.
Metal detecting?
No. The police around here very hard. So especially in parks areas, they know better to go do the stuff like that there, because they ride through rather frequent.
There he goes.
Like you seen it when we were in the park. Y'all remember them coming through 2 or 3 times while we were back there metal detecting.
Heath
They
Doty.
come through, but they don't bother us enough. The cops, not the needle users.
Okay, I think he's moving now.
Yeah.
Moving.
Hey, Darcy. We don't hear you.
No microphone.
I don't see you.
Nope. We're still not hearing you.
I don't read lips.
No audio.
No audio. Kep Valley. Oh, he's having technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
Yeah.
He'll be back. I'm
yeah,
sure.
but I've found a couple of needles while I've been out metal detecting. Like I said, I usually just take them with. If I'm in a park, just pick them up with my digger and throw them in the garbage can and get rid of them. So,
I should do that too. I don't think there was anything when I found that one. I just, like I said, I kind of kicked it under a bush and made a little divot and covering it up with my foot, but because I don't really want to carry it on me, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I shouldn't bury it. That's even worse.
Yeah, you can at least take your lighter and sterilize the needle itself.
And then bury it.
Then it's actually reusable for someone.
I wasn't thinking of the next fucking metal detector that would be following me. Hey.
Yeah. How do you feel if, like, you do something like that, and then 10 minutes later you hear Pick going, "Oh my God, I'm stuck."
Beans eliminating the competition.
I'm sorry, what?
We understand, Cat Valley.
Yeah, it's okay, Kevin.
Eliminating the competition.
Try and come back up if you can.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nobody would win against Darcy in a stare down. Hey, Randolph Relic Recovery.
Just woke up when I heard the
Martin.
Reveille Bugle.
Cover for life number 34 reporting for duty.
Nice.
Thank you, Martin.
I'm gonna bounce out of the stream and I'm
Okay,
gonna go wake up the second half so we can get all beautified before we have to go on. But I will be in the chat.
Okie
We'll be there.
dokie.
Yes.
Thanks for joining
Thanks,
us.
Bean.
We'll see
Bye,
you.
Bean.
Bye.
See you, Bean.
Bye, Bean.
Okay, Darcy. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah.
I think he's back. Let's see. Well, maybe not. It just
I
popped
think
up
it
there.
just moved.
Oh,
from
okay.
Where Bean left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anybody else in chat have any stories they would like to share about finding treasures and maybe cleaning them and ruining them or breaking them? Or if anybody
share a
wants to
good
join
time.
us up and talk about your channel, please feel free to do that as well. Anyone that would like to join. We do have a good hour left here at the Cove. We're going to drop off at about 5 till 4 and head over to Bean's live stream at that time. So
There we go.
Again, we want to thank everyone for joining us.
There's one of my destroyeds.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know if you can see it. It was a buffalo at one time.
Oh.
You can see
Okay,
the
now
buffalo.
when you backed up there, I could tell.
You can see the buffalo on that side. I got too aggressive and I completely rubbed the face off.
Oh, wow.
And it was in a little bit different soil than what I'm used to hunting in, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
I haven't destroyed any silver.
It happens. I
All
tell
right.
you, it does. Darcy, we hear you and see you moving.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Here, let's do
Awesome. Hey,
Right.
guys.
better. Hey.
How's it going?
Can you guys hear me? You guys are a little bit
Yep.
choppy.
We gotcha.
Oh, good.
We can hear you.
We can
See ya.
hear you good. It's probably our
Awesome.
connection.
Possibly. Very cool. How's
So
everybody
what
doing
you got
tonight?
going on, Darcy?
Oh, just hanging out here. I don't usually go to bed till 4 to 5 in the morning anyway, so this is no problem at all.
Well, thanks
Great.
for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
So, have you ever ruined or broke or lost a find that you regret
Well-
doing?
It's interesting. I have this piece here. I don't know honestly what it is. It's brass. It almost looks like the lid to a teapot or something. And I kind of destroyed it digging it up because I think I put the shovel right through it. But the
Oh,
strange thing is that probably only about 10 feet away from this is where I found a mid 1700s rat tail spoon bowl.
oh, wow.
So I'm not sure if this is related. Cause see, there was a French military defensive position during the 7 Years' War in that area, and the British also had one during the War of 1812 there. But interestingly, the Royal Canadian Field Artillery in the early 1900s had set up target practice in that area. And I don't know if it came from that or not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
But that is what it looks
Nice
like.
piece.
What, the top to a teapot or something.
I mean,
Still a nice piece.
It's
Yeah.
brass, but it looks like it's been there a very, very long time because
Oh yeah.
I've
Oh
pulled
yeah,
out stuff.
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I've cleaned this up a little bit too, so a lot of the corrosion is like really,
Yeah.
quite crazy. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it doesn't look crude enough to be really, really old. I mean, it could be from when the field artillery were doing target practice there in 1902. So it's hard to say.
Hey Tony, Mr. Diggs, always glad for Clad. Welcome this
Thanks for
morning. Thanks
joining
for
us.
joining.
Now,
Hey,
Kent Valley, exactly where are you located? Are you in the States or Canada?
I'm in Kingston, Ontario. So
Okay,
it's
I
at the
was thinking you were
eastern end.
Canada, but
Yeah.
Wasn't quite sure. Hard to keep
Eastern
up
end
with
of Lake
everyone.
Ontario, probably most historic area in all of Ontario.
Scuba Sonia.
Welcome.
Yes,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
joining.
coming, Scuba.
Yes.
I
Definitely.
actually got to dig with Sonia just before the COVID outbreak happened. She came up to Toronto and we connected and got out for a little bit.
That's cool.
That
was
is
pretty
great.
Cool.
Mark the Berg Hunter says he destroyed a 1913 V nickel by using CLR.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Cleaned it right up.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll do it to it. Yeah.
Turned it back into a planchette.
It's okay. Just restamp it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been very reluctant at cleaning anything yet till I really sit down and get some good techniques for cleaning coins. And
That's me. I've got to the point, unless it's just clad, I just leave it dirty.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Well, out in the field,
yeah,
I've been using the citrus peeler from Tupperware for
Yeah.
cleaning
Oh,
items.
yes.
And that blade end is real flat and flimsy, but I mean, you can rub on a coin with that and it's going to give because it's plastic and soft at that end. But
Yeah.
for flicking dirt off or cutting it out of deeper areas, that's just an awesome little tool to have. I gave them away to everybody during the Advent, and I think Robert's probably got one on him. Yep.
Right there.
So that fat end is great for digging in and around huge objects or peeling the dirt away in a hole when you're trying to uncover something.
I keep one with me all the time.
Yep. And I use the crap out of those, but that's awesome on coins because even better than wood, it's got a lot more give.
Oh. Where is it?
Yeah,
They
we
do
use
work.
ours practically every hunt.
Quite well.
They're great with those mason jar lid inserts still in the metal and using around the
Mhm.
edges to,
Yeah.
gently clean out the dirt.
Yep. But
Hopefully it's
be
whole.
careful with those head stamps, though, because it
They'll
can
break.
be a bit rough.
Yeah.
This is one of my dig tools now.
Oh, yeah.
Spoon.
Yep.
I actually carry one of these in my backpack when I go out treasure hunting. And it's because too many times with the shovel or with the standard dig tools, I've broken something. With this, I can dig right around it and just melon scoop that thing out, whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
and
Mhm.
pop the whole plug. Or if it's smaller, I can use the back end. So dollar store, I think I pick them up $4 for $1.
Mhm.
Throw it in my
Yep.
pack. And if I'm out there and I've got pudding or something, I can just clean it off and eat my pudding.
There you go.
See, now you've got to stamp them with the Swamp Rat logo and leave them for other detectorists to find.
Yeah. I've got to figure out how to do the etching into steel. That's my next trick that I want to learn how to do.
Yeah, Team Clambake says it's for the Jell-O pudding in between digs.
Yep.
That's it.
Of course, Marlon, he's saying getting spoony.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that's, and that's one of the things when I started detecting, because I didn't have a lot of money. The detector came out of our attic. It was my fiance's late husband bought it and never opened it up. So I ended up with that 4 months ago, and I didn't have the money to buy fancy tools, so I've been trying to do things as cheap as possible, but still effective. And that was one of my big things with getting into the hobby. Now I just spent $800 on a new detector, waiting for my Noctro Macro Legend to get in.
Wow.
You were hooked as soon as you found that silver.
Absolutely. I just got a sniper coil in the mail the other day from Amazon, so I had that out testing it today.
Thanks for joining us, Miss Southern Belle.
What is your favorite tool to use when metal detecting? Well, my handheld digger, I use the Predator digger, handheld digger. I have a what is it? The White's foot. I don't know what the shovel.
Yeah,
the shovel.
I hardly ever use that.
It's like I use the White shovel. I haven't used a hand digger in well over a year. I couldn't even tell you where it is now. I just do everything with the shovel and my hands.
But my shovel's a $35 cold steel Russian Latsko Special Forces shovel. It's just a trenching tool, and I mean it's great because not only does it work great as a shovel, but in a pinch it works great as a weapon. I can throw the thing and stick it in a tree from about 20 feet away.
Yeah. I use the Garrett digger, and now Robert likes his curve Predator.
Yeah, that Predator, man, that's a beast.
I've tried to use it, and I just can't do it. Of course, it all goes back to what you're used to using. I mean, that's all it boils down to. If I was to get in the habit of using his digger, then I'd probably be like, oh, I'm not going back to my previous digger. But it's all what you're used to using and feel comfortable with.
What do you use, Jeff?
I use the Frisk, like with the lifetime warranty that you buy from Home Depot.
Oh, the Fiskars?
The Frisk.
Fiskars?
Yeah. It's got a metal with the saw blade for roots on one side, knife blade on the other, and 2 points that you can pry with real good. And then I use the plastic Frisk plastic shovel so you can run it across the metal detector or the pinpointer.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Other than that, I just carry the big shovel, not your typical shovel, but it's a trenching shovel for construction. It was just because that's what I already had here, and no need to go buy something new if something else could work. But it's a spade shovel with about 4 inches at the bottom, and it's pretty light, fiberglass handles. So I just towed it behind me like y'all would your T handles.
What do you use, Darcy? Digger wise.
I don't know if he can hear us.
I don't know either. Darcy, can you hear us?
I can barely hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear. It's probably our connection. Yeah. We have 2 cans and a string. We were talking about diggers, and what type of digger do you use?
I use the I don't know what you call it, just the your standard 3 foot, 36-inch digger. Can't remember what brand it is, but I definitely need to sharpen it up this year. And a hand digger. Again, can't remember the brand, but has the red handle and such. One thing I find very helpful is a plastic tent peg. I use often. It fits nicely. I can just put it on my Garrett pouch, and because a little hook on the top, it fits right there, so I can just pull it out whenever I need it. So when I'm near a target and go probing for it, I'm using something plastic and not metal that I could potentially scratch it. So works very handy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is a good
they're
idea.
pretty strong. They're pretty strong too. So I mean, I've broken a few. The hilarious thing is that the place where I've detected a lot was an old campground. So in addition to using them, I've dug quite a few of them up too.
Wow.
I know when we
Just
started,
by chance, I mean, they're plastic pegs, but I ended up digging them up just by chance. They were there where there was a target, so kind of a bycatch.
I know when we started metal detecting, we went through how many of them old Walmart
Yes.
garden tools before it was like, okay, it's time
to invest in something a little bit
more
strong.
Yeah.
The other thing I found really handy for water hunting
Cheers.
was I have one of those sort of cup scoops, not the nice stainless steel ones with the large opening, but one of the the ones that have probably the 3/8 inch holes, a little bit larger.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep I tether a plastic. I think it was like a basket for like letters or something like that, and I tie that, tether it to my pouch, and it just sort of floats behind me. And then when I get something in the scoop, I just dump the scoop into the plastic mesh container and just use that as a sieve. And the holes are very small, so I don't miss a thing.
Yeah.
Plus, if there's something delicate, maybe a nice silver coin, it's not going to get scratched up, because often I dig places where there's sand with rocks. So if you were doing that and you ended up, you could easily scratch something up pretty good. Although I was lucky because I got an 1880 quarter super key date, probably worth about $1,000 book. And it was right on top, and I didn't scratch it one bit. So I was very lucky.
Yeah, wow. I see Miss Southern Belle. Is there a multi-tool for metal detecting that is lightweight?
I don't know.
Any suggestions, guys? Something lightweight?
Are we talking digging tool?
I'm sorry?
Are we talking a digging tool, like a multi?
I'm going
to assume. I'm going to assume, yes.
I mean, don't go with that Predator, because that thing is.
That's what I was just thinking. His Predator is heavy.
It's heavy. I mean, if you.
My Garrett digger is really light, in my opinion.
I mean, there's several on the market right now, so it's just.
It depends on where you're digging too. I mean, in some of the areas out at the homestead where I'm digging, I could almost use a sand scoop.
Yeah.
In some of the areas,
I don't know what she means there.
I know, guys. It's after 3 o'clock. It's hard to come up with something.
We're all being quiet.
I know our main thing was talking about, cleaning and being careful with your finds.
Have you ever destroyed anything else, Darcy?
I've destroyed a bunch of change. learning how to use my tumbler.
Yeah.
It's like I had all the copper separated. There was nothing in there that wasn't copper, no zincs. I followed the exact instructions the guy on the thing did, set it up. 2
Oh,
hours later, all of my coins are black.
this
Like,
is not a
it's like,
breaking. This is a putting back together.
so I don't know what I've done wrong, but I can't seem to make coins cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
I've been pulling up pieces of this wine jug for 4 months. And the problem is that every piece of amber glass that I have, I've got it all categorized. And I've slowly, I mean, this connects right here, but I don't want to glue it on yet because I need more of a base. But this isn't a break. I found this broken, but I've been able to, the bottom is pieced together now. So you can tell it was a wine jug. And I've gotten most of the side back together. And I'm just using super glue, little by little. So that's not really an I broke it. That's an I'm putting it back together slowly.
Together.
Right.
That's cool.
And I kind of started doing that just as a joke because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put one of these bottles back together. And and then 2 days after I started doing that, I saw Bill Ladd, the dig fella, came up on Ohio River History's feed, and he was showing a bottle that he glued, old bottle that had been shot, that he had glued it back together, and apparently he took it in somewhere, and they told him that even in the condition put back together like he did, it was worth like $600 because it was a complete specimen. Even though it wasn't perfect. Like if it was perfect, you'd talking a couple thousand, but you're talking a couple hundred because it's complete.
Yeah, this is more of a barn find.
I was like, oh, so I'm doing it right.
But yeah, I know we've all glued stuff back together.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Robert and I have, in the past 4 hunts that we have done, which the videos are yet to come, they will hear shortly. We have been working at some old home sites, and I have found, it says the number 12 on it, so that's that size of crock, but busted pieces of it. And we dug around. I was never able to find the rest of it. But what I did find, I thought, wow, if I could find the rest of it, I could glue it back and repurpose it just to set, but everything wasn't there. Hey, Life and Times of Barney Taylor, thanks for joining us.
Barney.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things is I like putting things back together anyways. And I just kind of look at it. I look at it like, some people go down and they buy puzzles. I go out and dig up puzzles made of glass.
Hey,
And
Bill. Thanks for joining us.
I got a whole bucket full of glass back there.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I love Robert and I right now. We're taking, when we find the ceramic inserts for canning jars, whole or broken, either one. I have got, I don't know how many gallon it is, probably 3-gallon glass jug. It's for like lemonade or drinks. I don't use it, and it's completely clear. So we have started layering the inserts with colored glass.
That we like creek glass that we find in the creeks, and just broken inserts and just random glass that we find, and I'm layering it in that
clear jar.
Big clear jar right now. And
we'll probably set it on the porch or something where the sun will hit it, but
wait till I get it full of it. But right now, I'd hate to say how many inserts is in it, because I mean, I'm not bragging or boasting, but we have found
Scuds.
of those.
Yes, we
you know,
have.
porcelain inserts around here. So
You should be
Right.
bragging and boasting.
I mean, so,
Oh, it is so cool to find them. It really is, because I think now I'm one of these, and I'll say that in a video. When I find something, I always try and think, okay, about the people who lived there previously, you know, them using that particular item. What was in that canning jar? Was it corn? Was it beans? Was it
Yep.
jelly? You know, I think that's how my mind works. And I
That's how
try and
my mind
picture
works,
its
too.
previous life. And so, anyway,
Marlon.
I got bags
I
of
know
glass.
Marlon is in the chat, and I don't know if anyone else can. If he would not care,
we've got 15 people.
if he would come up and do a duck race for us, we would appreciate it.
He's at work.
Is he at
I
work?
think he's at work. Are you at work, Marlon?
Just let us know. If not,
If not, if you're
fi-
at work, we'll
we'll
figure something else out.
and do a giveaway here tonight.
Hey, Swampy, I got
Yeah.
something for you to research because I'm sitting here thinking about everything we've been talking about.
What am I
What a-
researching?
A real good way to increase our odds. How would it be to metal detect around the property of an old marble factory?
See you, Tripwire. Thanks for
Not only-
joining.
Not only would you get the cool metal finds, you'd probably kill on marbles too.
Yep. I don't know where there's a marble factory though.
I don't
Not
know.
in
That's why you
Florida.
got to look up where the old manufacturers were.
Yeah,
you
You
got-
know?
You're gonna have to be
Thanks for
searching
joining
for
us,
marble
Randolph Valley
factories in
Recovery.
Florida.
Good night.
No,
Well, guys, we're going to do some sort of giveaway.
Yeah, let's think of some way we can do as a giveaway here.
There we go. See? Glass. I'm finding glass.
We'll give away.
Well, you know, we'll give away.
How about one of the little mini silver tokens?
Always, I've
Yep.
got them always to give them away, and a sticker pack.
And a
We can
sticker
throw
pack.
A sticker pack, and probably find something else around here laying around that we
Who'd
can.
you pull out of the cup?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Warren G. Harding.
Lauren O'Reilly, you're talking about sifting around an old marble factory. Robert and I have seen here, well, actually, it's in Ohio, outside of Marietta, Ohio. There is a glass factory. Whether it is still in production or not, I don't know. We lost brewers.
Yeah.
We have seen where, I don't know exactly how to explain this, but anyhow, we have seen a video where this guy has went to this glass factory. He's always taken a 5-gallon bucket with him, and they make marbles and this, that, and the other, and he will find all the seconds and throwaway stuff just laying out and about in behind that factory. And so Robert and I have talked about getting it done is another story, but finding that factory and going up and seeing what we can find, seeing what, yeah. So that's something possibly could come over the next year. I don't know.
It was
But
strange
anyhow,
along a
getting back to our
railroad track.
giveaway.
I don't know if this is raw glass, but I found clear glass marbles on a railway bed, and they were like kind of a bit crude, like they had rough edges and weren't perfectly round, and they seemed like they may have spilled like out of a hopper car going along the railway. Some of them were broken and, you know, beat up a little bit, but they were really interesting. I mean, I could have picked up hundreds just walking along the railway track. They were just all sort of spread along. Just kind of weird.
That's cool.
I guess
That's
that's how they transport raw glass. I guess they make it into marbles and then put them in hopper cars and then just gravity feed them out. Seem to be, I guess that's the way they transport them.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Wow. So what are we going to do about this giveaway? How are we going to do this? Just have everyone guess a number, share it with Pat?
Yeah,
or...
I can share a number with Pat and just have him type in a number through the chat, and
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
can do something like
We've
that.
got 14 people.
We got 14. So what we'll do is here. Let me. Okay.
Pick you out a number between
Well,
what?
all the guests are going to see it. So
No, if you go to, well, yeah, all the guests will see it.
yeah, because if I go to it just says chat privately with your guests. So
Yeah, so that's going to be the three of
Pat,
us will know.
Don,
Yeah,
and
that's okay.
Darcy, you will be out of.
I don't need to win anything.
Okay, throw a number in there,
Okay,
Bob.
see, we've got 14
Let's go
in
between
here,
what,
1 and 20, and yeah, between 1 and 20, and the first person to guess
This number, guys.
this number. What do you think? What's a good number?
I gotta send some stuff to the Cove, anyways.
Throw something in there.
There.
Okay.
You all see that?
Okay, yep. I
Okay.
can see
Okie
that.
dokie.
And
Now,
when I type go, you all put your numbers and
He's not type go yet, but we're getting ready to.
yep, and we'll see who can win
And go, guys.
I'm watching.
and go.
Number between 1 and 20.
1 and 20. Yep.
Of course, the guests know the number.
Mhm.
I just had to think about what I was doing. I got a box down here that's heading for the Cove, actually.
Sweet.
Let us know the postage on that too and everything, Swampy. That way we can reimburse you.
Yeah.
So just
No.
include that in there. Or
You
just
can't.
drop us a message and we'll get it taken
Oh,
care
yeah.
of for you.
No, you can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a gift.
I have
We
not seen the
appreciate it.
number
Thank you.
yet.
No.
Yeah, keep guessing.
Keep
You get more,
guessing, Sonia.
Yep, y'all keep guessing until we see it.
Between 1 and 20, guys.
Mhm.
We got a winner.
Winner.
I think I see it too. Winner,
Yeah,
winner,
stop.
chicken dinner, stop.
The
Yep.
Cove's getting some of this.
Okay, from what I
wow, yes.
could see, it was Lauren O'Reilly.
Lauren
Yes.
O'Reilly.
Lauren O'Reilly.
So, Lauren,
the number was 1.
You just got a Warren B. Harding miniature silver presidential token, and we'll throw together a sticker pack and
And also, we were talking about the railroad nails.
spikes, and so we'll send
Yeah.
you some of them railroad
Yes,
spikes.
cool.
that's what we will do. So let me write this down.
Yep, and we have your address already, Lauren. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Congratulations, Lauren O'Reilly.
Yep, that was easy.
Easy peasy Japanesey.
That's how we like to do things.
Guys, if there's anyone in the chat, hey, Crazy About Mercury, thanks for
hello,
joining us.
welcome.
Robert's going to drop the link, and
Anyone else?
we've
wants to
got
come
room
up?
for 2 more. Someone want to come up, share some
Crazy About
stories about their
Mercury.
channel?
I see
Please
Brewers
feel free
in the
to do
comments
so.
there, so maybe he wants to come back up or
Yeah,
Papa
I think
Rice.
Brewer said he hit the wrong.
Yeah, he can come back up.
Yep.
Sure, here's the link, guys.
Oh. Yep.
I was going to mention earlier when Swamp Rat was putting that bottle together, I couldn't hear you guys at the time, so I've been before getting back into metal detecting, I was an insulator collector for quite a few years, and a few years
Wow.
back, I just because this was an old railway that dated back to the 1850s. Originally, it was abandoned, but just by luck, this farmer who was adjacent to this decided to take a front end loader and scrape a trail down the right of way. I guess because a place to take the horse, because the ballast on the track after they had ripped everything up was too coarse, and there was this purple glass thing I saw down there, and it turned out to be a threadless insulator from the 1850s. It was like a plum purple color. There was about a half of it there, but there was often people who find insulators, especially if they're rare and valuable, which this one was because of the color. It was probably about a $7,000 insulator. And
Wow.
so I went digging there. Like, this was about an hour and a half away from me, but luckily I was doing work in Ottawa
See you, Barney.
So every time I would go do some work up there, I'd have a few hours on my way home, and I would dig around that pole site to find more pieces. And unfortunately, I was able to find about 2 or 3 more, but I don't know. I have probably about a 20-foot circumference around, 20-foot diameter around that pole site. And the only reason I found the pole site was because there was a hollow hole where the wood had rotted away.
Oh wow!
Wow.
But, yeah, this thing was crazy valuable, but there were phone lines, the underground phone lines that were put in like adjacent to this spot back in the 50s. So I have a feeling that if there were some other chunks around, they might have gotten obliterated or dug under, whatever. But yeah, some guy in the States even offered to buy what I had left of it because he needed it for his collection, that color. So
wow.
Yeah, most of the ones I have.
I haven't been back digging there in years, but I may just go back sometime.
Oh my gosh, I would, Darcy.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely go back. I have never seen an insulator that color. We've only seen the clear ones and then the blue.
Yeah.
Maybe a greenish color.
You had a black one too, Bob.
Yeah.
I've got a black one.
But it's a
Was
black,
this an insulator?
yeah.
It's an insulator.
Yeah, the
Old,
cone shape, bell shape. Once again, that was stuff my dad collected. I've watched him send my brothers up poles up. Yeah, like that,
Nice
Jeff.
one.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Like
there.
that, Jeff.
To get them things off of poles by railroad tracks and stuff. So I have like.
Is that a Hemi or a Brookfield?
Hemi.
Nice.
Hemi.
Those are nice when they come in. There's your common colors, but then there's what's called Hemingway blue. And
That's
it's a
the
specific
blue.
blue color because the glass factory got sand from this specific pit, and it had just the right amount of whatever mineral was in it. That this beautiful blue, it created this beautiful blue glass.
I love insulators. I always have thought I would take what we have, clean them up real good, and I think they'd look so pretty on a banister.
Didn't Mark,
setting over stringed lights.
Yeah, didn't Mark the Bird Hunter, don't he make night lights?
And Mark the Bird Hunter, I don't know if you're still in chat, but I think he had a project, and I think it was night lights with the insulators. Those are so cool.
Yeah.
I've seen people take them and get old bed springs and put them upside down and then put a candle in them and use them like that.
Yeah.
Use them as a sconce light.
Yeah, there's
on
some
the wall.
really nice ones out there.
Yeah, definitely.
But the insulators are really cool. I clean house for people in the community, and one of my ladies, actually, she just lives about 10 minutes down the road. Her father collected a lot of insulators, and she has one. And if you look at it, it's one of the blue ones, and it's just odd looking, but if you look at it, it looks like the Liberty Bell, because at the top, I can't explain it, but at the top it's flat, and then the bell shape of the insulator underneath of it, and that's what it reminds you of, is the Liberty Bell. But it is an insulator. I'm not sure the name on it. I've not looked that closely, but it's very unique looking.
Very nice.
You got an echo going.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, I hear that.
I may have that one handy. Just give me a minute. I'm just gonna go and see if I can find that one to show you.
Sure, we'd love to see it, Darcy. Thank you. Well, guys, we've got, actually it's 3:29. Let's just say it's 3:30. We've got 25 minutes left.
And then we'll a few minutes early and raid Team Clambake.
We'll go over and raid Team Clambake. And again, we want to thank everyone for joining us. We have 13 in the house. It's 3:30 in the morning. Thank you, Audra, so much
Yes,
for joining
stopping
us.
by. We appreciate
We
it.
know you have been going at it. Well, you started the thing off.
Yeah, she
You
kicked off,
started it
so-
off. So, and of course, we've got till 6 p.m. this evening.
Yeah.
Well, that was handy. It was right there.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Audra, putting them on exposed beams to show them off. Ours is in a bucket in a building,
Yeah.
so. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Oh,
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 look at
whoa.
that. Wow.
That's the one.
That's nice.
That's an 1850s. You can see there's no
Yeah. Look
No-
at
no
that
threads.
color.
Yeah, I've never seen one like
I
that.
have not seen one that color at all. Isn't that wonderful?
That's beautiful.
Sweet.
that's what you'd call plum, I would think.
I would think so. Yeah.
I'll be looking for one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Crazy About Mercury.
And then the rest of the pieces were oops. Gotta find the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Piece
see, we would
there,
take
and
pieces like that and put in our glass jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a few pieces of old insulators in my.
That is so unique. I did not know. It's something I've never researched is insulators. So I'm not familiar with the various colors and shapes at all
Yeah.
or ages.
This one's another 1850s. It would be close to black glass, but you can actually see through that one.
Yeah.
See the green?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Nice.
That's better.
That is
But
awesome.
they all have
See the
what's
green
called a consolidated design number, and this fellow in the 70s in the hobby developed this system for all the insulators, so they're all numbered. So this one, all threadless start with 700s. So this would be a 740.1 because of this little ridge here,
Oh, okay.
which was used to strengthen because you got ice storms with the wires, and they needed extra strength to withstand. I mean, a lot of insulators broke during ice storms back in the day.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
And then this one was a piece of another extremely rare and valuable one.
Oh,
beautiful
look
color.
at that.
That's nice.
Yes.
That's what they called them Canadian Boston Barrel. Because
Could you repeat that, Darcy?
The original design was created by the Boston Bottle Works,
Okay.
and then they made them in Canada with a little bit of a different design. And they're really, some of the old stuff is really crude. You can see the way the threads,
I see that.
they just are not.
Yep, I see that.
Quality control wasn't what it was back in the 1870s.
Wow. That is so awesome. Thank you so much because insulators, once again, that's something. Yeah. Now that's more common in color and the shape there
Mm-hmm.
to what
This
I'm
was a
used to.
design that was unique.
Hey,
to
Rob
This
Random.
one was unique to Canada design, yeah.
That glass is so beautiful.
Oh, I love. That's why I also collect jars too, because colored glass is just there's just something to it.
You have got that right. We went, let's see, today's Friday. So this was Wednesday. We went out, and it's not old, of course, but it's one, and it wasn't broken. It's the little glass Vicks jars. They now make them in plastic, of course, but it's that pretty blue, just that vibrant dark blue,
Mhm.
and it's just beautiful to set in a windowsill or
cobalt.
something and let the sun. Huh?
I ended up with I have quite a few of those now. And I have a whole box of cobalt, probably about 40 to 50 different bottle
Cobalt.
designs.
Yeah. I love those beautiful colors.
I'll have to show you the tiniest
Me
bottle
too.
that I've ever found. It should be pretty handy here.
Okay. They are beautiful, Lauren O'Reilly. Like I said, I found that it wasn't even totally buried. The sun was hitting it just right, and I seen it there, so it was a surface find. And I'm like, wow, that is gorgeous. And of course, I put it in the video. Some people probably think, oh, well, it's a Vicks jar, but to me, it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So for scale, here's a Vicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here is
Oh,
The
he
little
showed
baby
me
Vicks.
what he found. Look at
here.
that.
That's
thing
smaller
is-
than mine.
Oh,
there's my finger. Ooh,
Okay.
there's-
Look how
I don't
tiny.
know what this thing held, but it's got to be like a quarter ounce. It's so
Rob
tiny.
Random, welcome.
Isn't that something?
That's cool.
Could it
Look
have been a
at that.
toy?
Wow.
I was just sitting on
Morphine.
the surface at the old farm site that I metal detected, and also dug a few privies.
Hmm.
This was just sitting on the surface in the surface dump at the back.
Huh.
And again, I think someone asked, could it be a toy? It could be. Recently with Kimberly Creamer, we found a little glass baby bottle, and it turned out to be a toy glass baby bottle. You know,
Oh,
which
that
was
is very possible. Come to think of
a
it,
big
because back in the
surprise.
day,
Yeah, so maybe
toys
that
were
was a
not-
toy. You know,
yeah, I mean they didn't have plastic toys back in the day.
Mhm.
Right.
It could have been a toy
Yeah.
because it is so tiny, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, yeah, I don't know what could have been in that thing. I mean, something that you would only apply a very, very tiny amount of.
Yeah.
Like
Perfume?
cyanide.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
perfume.
Perfume sounds very, very likely, actually.
That would,
heroin,
yeah.
heroin, morphine. They could buy that
Yeah.
stuff over the counter back then.
Yeah, something you only
Yeah.
take a very, very small dose.
Yep, that's true. And as Pat said, you back in the day, it was easy to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went
Yeah,
to
I
the
figure it's probably
drugstore.
from the 40s.
No prescription
'cause it's a screw
required.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when Coca-Cola actually had
Yep.
cocaine in it.
Coca-Cola.
Javier Garcia is asking if
There
it
you go.
has a triangle
Coca-Cola.
in the bottom of the bottle, Darcy.
No, Javier, it doesn't have it has no markings on the bottom whatsoever. No, nothing at all.
I don't know.
Cheers, folks. Bottoms up.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what company the triangle represents. I know it was an
Diamond with a
American glass
circle.
company.
Diamond with a circle is Ohio, Illinois glass company. And
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that's the one I'm most familiar with, that and anchor hawking. That's typically what I find.
There's one interesting bottle I brought back. I was working in around Los Angeles, California about 15 years ago, and I found we were out working in the doing stream surveying, and there was a few spots where there was some old stuff and there was an old bottle, and I wish I had brought back the 1934 license plate I found out there. So it was in pretty good shape. It was
That's
rusty,
cool.
but like surface rust.
Now that's something I have not found has been a license plate. So that is on my bucket list. I know some people probably think, well, why would you want to find something like that? But hey,
one of the old ones.
one of the old ones, yes, I'd love to.
That's anchor rocking.
Rob,
That's the old
random, you
license
are
plate?
nuts. And if you're all wondering why I say that, there,
No,
nope, wrong one.
There you go.
Oh goodness.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but way back, license plates were made out of ceramic.
Yes.
They were ceramic plates.
I did not know that.
Yes.
And there would be matching front and back. And a friend of mine, his dad had a big collection of them on the wall, and he prided himself on having both of them, you know, the front and the back plate. And these things were super old. It would be possible to find something like that as a bycatch, so definitely dig gingerly around glass.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you're going to be able to see this or not. I'm going to try to get it, like, move the camera
We'll make
to do
the
it.
big
though.
small. Oh my Lord,
What did I
Robert,
do?
what did you hit?
Hold
Goodness.
on. Yeah,
Hold on.
there we go.
Whew.
Okay, hold on, Don.
There we go.
There's the triangle
Oh.
with the circle in it.
Okay.
That almost looks like Dominion glass, Canadian. It looks
I
Canadian.
see that now. Yeah, I see it now.
That's Ohio, Illinois Glass Company. This one is a 1930s bottle or jar. I have no idea what was in it, but you can tell because of the numbers. If you look over to the right side, that 2 tells me 1932. The number on the other side actually tells me what factory
Oh,
it
I
was
see it now.
manufactured in.
Yeah, that's definitely in Owens, Illinois. I see
Yep.
the O in the triangle now.
And then, what the hell is this one? I don't even know what this one is. That's one of my smaller
Oh,
ones.
that's neat.
Wow.
But this
Nice.
one, there's an anchor hocking. You can see the anchor
The
with an H.
Okay, I see
Yeah.
that. Yep.
I've heard
Oh,
And
yeah.
that one's 38. Had a cork top, but unfortunately it's busted.
That's a shame.
Wow.
And that was
Oh,
a
that's too
liquor
bad.
bottle.
Wow.
That's
I
cool.
see Marty Verstahl says he has a 1940s Illinois cardboard plate he pulled from a farm dump years ago. Wow.
Now, what would a cardboard plate? What does he mean by that?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Marty, you want
Probably-
to pop up or just leave an
leave a
explanation
comment.
and a comment there in chat?
Yeah.
He's probably talking about a temporary tag. You know, like when you first get the vehicle, you got your paper tag, you know.
Sorry, now I'm looking at things. I just realized I had one I hadn't identified yet.
Everyone, we know we're winding down. It's about 1:15. We've got about 10 minutes left before we break and head on over to Team Clambake. They're
Yeah.
up next in the 24-hour live stream.
We want to thank everyone.
Oh,
for stopping
gosh,
by
yes.
and hanging out for 2 hours
Yeah.
with us.
Which Robert and I basically, we didn't request 2 to 4, but we requested because last year we were a part of this. And I think our
Yes.
time was at 1:30.
And we had a blast.
And we had a blast.
We-
So
we
we
took-
wanted the late hours again.
Yeah, we basically told Paul that night that if he did another one, go ahead and mark us down. And if he does a live stream 3 next year, Paul, when you watch this, we want to be a part of that one too.
Yeah.
So go ahead and put us late, early morning again. Hey, we love this
Yes.
spot.
Yes. So we have definitely enjoyed it and everyone's participation and your stories about cleaning fines. And Darcy, Cat Valley Diggers, if you're all not familiar with Darcy and Cat Valley, go check them out. Same thing with Jeff with Brewers Prospecting,
Swamp Rat
Swamp
Nation,
Rat Nation, and of
Park Rat.
course Park Rat Pat,
and of course Clark's Cove Detective.
and Clark's Cove Detective.
Absolutely.
Yes, so we know that at this time of the morning, there's not a lot of people about now.
we
It's kind of hard to get the brain going for topics of conversation. Robert and I have to be honest, we didn't really prepare a lot because we remembered last year, and you just sort of go with the flow as you have guests up and topics of conversation. That sort of takes your time and fills in the gaps and gets everyone's involvement. And that's what I like, is everyone being involved.
It just goes
so
by
we want
so
to thank
fast
you all
when
so
we're just
much.
talking about stuff, and it's these hours or this 2 hours is just flown by.
Mhm.
And thank you
Like
guys so much for having this slot. I know it's very late, so hats off to you.
Thank you so much, Darcy. I know I told someone the other day, I said, it's biscuits and gravy time.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
And now
That
tonight,
made me hungry.
now tonight we will not be doing our 8 o'clock happy hour
No,
before
JP's bar.
But everyone be sure, if you're up tonight, check out JP's bar. Now next Saturday night, 8 o'clock, we'll be back live for our happy hour. Yep. Oh yeah.
It's the warm up to the bar opening. It's always fun.
Yep.
So come and
And
hang out for that.
I've got a new live show every Monday after hashtag Monday Digs. I'm running a live show. So 10 o'clock, 10:15 at night. It's a late one. So, and it's not the easiest. If anybody's working, I know they're going to have to get up in the morning. Fortunately, I don't have to go to work. So I threw my show right after the Monday Digs, and we'll have a discussion about everything that happens in Monday Digs. We get to either poke fun or
rehash
and praise, which is mostly just rehash and praise on the guys on the Monday Digs crew. Best decision I ever made is to team up with those guys. It's my best YouTube decision ever.
That is great.
Well,
That is great.
Tony, you need to get the sausage out of the freezer with the biscuits and get down there in the kitchen and start cooking, brother.
Yeah, put an apron on Michelle and put her in front of the stove where she belongs. Or that's what I'm told anyhow. Get in there and get your apron on and make me a pot pie.
All I've got to say right now is biscuits and gravy. She be down there fixing.
And that's probably true, because I love biscuits and gravy too. But no, all jokes aside, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. And we've really appreciated each and every one of you all's insight on bottles and insulators. We appreciate because that helps us, that educates us as well, because we're not, like I said earlier, we're not real good about going back and checking history on something unless we find something
that's really
like over the weekend. I will give you this little tidbit here, and it is in an upcoming video. It probably won't come out till April, but I found this little hat, and it was an advertisement. It's a key fob, but the holder part of it was broken off. But it's a little metal hat, silver in color only. And it said Capital City Hats on the front of it. I should have brought it in with me, but it's out to the shop. And then you turn it over. If you stand under us.
No. If you stand under our hats, we will.
Yeah. And then where was that at?
Hutchinson and Stevenson Hat Company, Preston, West Virginia.
Preston, West Virginia. But I found that, and we have tried to do research, but we can't find anything on it. But it's been a key fob for a hat advertisement. Yeah. And the area we was digging has not been occupied since the 1960s. Nice. Army Corps of Engineer bought out the property and all the homeowners to put in a dam and lake. So it was.
We've got 4 videos coming up from that. Now I'm going to do it in a series and I'm going to premiere all 4 of them videos because it's something, you know, Clark's Cove Detecting. I know everyone's used to seeing us
Tot lots
and parks, and we're a lot of clad. We don't have a lot of relic finds, but these 4 videos that I'm going to premiere are a little different from Clark's Cove Detecting. It shows people that Clark's Cove can get out, and we can find relics, and we can hunt old home sites, and we're not just parks and tot lots.
Yeah.
So we're hoping everyone's going to really enjoy those videos coming up. Like I said, we're going to premiere them all 4, and I think everyone's going to really enjoy them, and we're looking forward to seeing the input on them. And you know, we want to hear what people have to say about Clark's Cove doing some home site hunting and relics, and you know,
we wish.
We're full of surprises.
Yeah, we wish Park Rat could be up here in like February and March because that's the 2 best months.
To get out
Everything is basically, the overgrowth has died down as much as it can be, and it's before the snakes start getting out. That's
right
what
now,
worries
weather's
me.
getting nice, so that stuff's going to start.
Yeah. But Brewers, he's 4 hours away. Maybe one of these days he'll get the opportunity to pop up to Clark's Cove in a February or March, and we can go out and hit those areas.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to.
People have you have an open invitation here. You know, just always let us know that you're showing up.
Yeah.
Just don't show up.
Don't drop in, ski guys.
Yeah, just let me know you're coming, so I have food in the fridge and beer on the cooler.
Yeah, same rule here.
Well, guys, we've got just about 4 minutes left, and before we knock you all out, Park Rat, you have any last words?
Oof, I'm beat.
Yeah.
It's like got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I think we've all got good plans. Like, you know, the Clarks have 4 videos coming out that are going to be pretty epic. I've got some adventures coming up with Jeff and Rob and General Dighole. So there's all kinds of stuff to look forward to in the coming weeks. And I hope your adventures are just as good.
Absolutely. Swamp Rat, any last words?
Get out there, have fun, people. Don't let anything stop you. That's my biggest thing. You know, people always say, what's your biggest thing? What do you want people to get from your channel? Don't let anything stop you. 10 years with Parkinson's disease. I get out every day.
There you go. There you go. Thanks for joining us, Swampy. Jeff Brewer.
I've got a couple of videos getting ready to come out from where I had the visits from the JPs and the Bulldogs. The Treasure Vixens, I went out and did some magnet fishing, so I've got a little bit of content for that. And like Pat said, we've got a outing coming up soon, so we're going to do a little prospecting. So there will be a few lives go on. I think Jericho and Hercules is going to do his live here from Brewer Compound and do his 100th giveaway. So that's coming up.
Wow.
Hey, you guys, my brother from another mother is coming down with Jericho. So I get to see my brother again. So that's good. So there's just a lot of things. Summer is kicking off.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is.
Finally.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jeff and Darcy with Kep Valley. Yes, we are sorry that the internet connection is not as clear as it should be, but yes, please watch it. And thank you so much for joining us. And
any last words?
And do you have any last things you'd like to add? Internet connection is not as clear as it should be, but yes, please watch it. I hear me. Thank you so much for joining us. And do you have any last things you'd like to add? I hear me.
Thanks so much, guys. It's been an awesome time.
Thank you,
guys. We'll see you in the chat on the next one.
Yes.
For those who are hardcore.
Thank you. Thanks for joining, everyone, and we'll see everyone over.
We're going to do this.
Thanks so much.
Last in, first out.
Yeah.
So Darcy, Last in,
Bye, Darcy.
first out. Bye, Darcy. Okay, let's see. I think it's going to put Dawn next.
Dawn. See you, Dawn.
See, buddy.
Thanks for
See
joining,
ya.
Thanks for
brother.
joining
We'll
us.
see you.
Oh,
Jeff?
it's my turn.
You know, last
Bye, Jeff.
Yep.
Bye,
See you
Bye,
next year, Jeff.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Pat, thanks for coming up and joining us early this morning. We appreciate
Thanks for having me.
always.
Wish I'd had more life in me to be more entertaining, but
Hey,
Oh no,
you know, at this time of the morning,
it's hard. Yeah, in 2 hours to fill. I think we did a good job at it.
everyone,
Oh,
Marlon
yeah.
has dropped the link in chat. Get ready to raid Team Clambake.
Yes, yes. Thanks, Marlon and Pat. Gonna bump you out of here.
Alrighty.
Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by our live stream
Yes.
this morning. Paul over at American Woodland Relics, thank you for giving us this spot. We appreciate it. And if you do this again next year, go ahead and write us down.
Yep.
We want in on it. You know that, brother. We appreciate
Good night,
it.
Frederick Romano.
Everyone that's in the chat joined us. Thanks. We're going
Yes.
over to Beans. We'll see you all over
See
there.
you soon.
That's all I can say. Thanks for joining, and you all have a good morning and a good Saturday, and we'll see you on that next good.
Let's hear it.
Cover. Come on.
Come on, tell us. What is it? Cover
Find. Thanks, Covers.
Love you guys.